first thing I want to talk about, and I don't know if Aleem has ever heard of it, there's some shit called a Humanzee. Have you ever heard of the Humanzee?
Mandy?
No, Humanzee.
I'm not sure, no.
Let me tell you, this is the funniest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? They tell on themselves. I'm watching Jesse the Body Ventura, who became the governor, who is now a conspiracy theorist. And conspiracy theories, even though we should be into it, we should be aware of it, but they're more the white man's civil rights. For white folks, conspiracy theories is actually what's enlightening them, even more than their fake pretending to be New Age. Conspiracy theories are because it always they have nothing else, so it comes down to what's breaking their constitutional rights. So they have a show on True TV, Jesse the Body Ventura, ex-governor, all these conspiracies. And he's putting down real live conspiracies, the towers and chemtrails, and he talks about the making of motherfucking Humanzees. Humanzees are humans that are crossbred with chimpanzees. Humanzees.
Wow.
Now, you can go on YouTube and find Jesse Ventura Humanzees, and you'll hear the show for itself. But what's funny about this is as he's going on and talking about the plot, the goal of Humanzees, he just described the entire creation of the white race. It's so in your face. Now, he talks about how they're breeding this race, they're crossbreeding them, and these monkeys will take over. Now, of course, this is the Planet of the Apes story. And he goes into detail about the testing facility, in the latest Planet of the Apes, where they were doing the testing on the monkeys. He's saying this place is real. The place is called Yerkes, I think, or Yerkes or something like that. It used to be in Florida. Now it's out here in Georgia. And in there, they're making real Humanzees. The idea is that same old conspiracy, they're creating this super army, they're going to take over the world. But what's going to happen is these Humanzees are going to get out and eventually take over the world. I'm like, well, this shit already happened. You know what I'm saying? Yakub, that's me, the original white Humanzee on an island of Patmos, and he got out and took over the world. They're describing their entire story to a T. That's how you know this shit happened. So if people don't know, you can get the book, Making of White Man History, Traditions, and Teachings by Elijah Muhammad. I know there's another brother who did one too. That's a good one that gives you the story, this story of the creation of the white man. Now everything else kind of lines up with the story, but there's no, you can say, more than hard evidence. And the evidence that Elijah Muhammad gives, of course, people are going to say that this is something from a racist standpoint. But if you listen to white people themselves, when they talk about humans come from monkeys, they're talking about themselves. We don't come from monkeys. They're talking about the Yeti, the Bigfoot, and the abominable snowman. That's all their origins. Those are the original Humanzees that eventually came as what we know as white folks today. So they're doing this same experiment too. Now, we also know that genetic tampering, genetic programming is not a new thing, even though they're presenting it as something that's new. That's how we created them. So when they're talking about these Humanzees, it's just nothing but history repeating itself. Now, in the 60s, they had a guy, a monkey, that they found that was odd, which you can find online, called Oliver. Look for a YouTube, you could Google Oliver the Humanzee, but look for a particular YouTube video, Oliver the Chimp, because that's a little bit thorough. They show you all the oddities of this chimp. First and foremost, that he used to walk upright. Now, a regular chimp, we've seen that in movies, chimps walk upright. But when they walk upright, they're bow-legged, and they'll tell you they can only walk for a certain amount of time. Oliver spent his entire life walking upright with his back straight and his legs straight. That's never been seen before. They talk about Oliver's nose protruding, his ears are different and human-like. He doesn't get along with other apes. He smells different from other apes. He enjoys whiskey and a good cigar while watching TV. And they show you all of this. This is no mystery. They show you his whole phenomenon. They eventually, his trainers who had him, who eventually sold him to a lawyer where they did all this genetic testing, they found a little bit when they was testing him genetically, genetic testing was in his infancy. And so they couldn't really come up with nothing more than the fact that his chromosomes, one side was monkey and the other side was not monkey. But they couldn't come up with a definitive saying he was human in terms of the chromosome count. But as you hear in the documentary, people talking, like, they know he's human. And they couldn't figure this shit out with an offspring because he was attracted to women. So he was trying to fuck the trainer, his lady. He was getting real aggressive. She said the nigga walked in the house and just threw it down, tried to hit her with a doggy style. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was on this shit. So they're showing you a straight live Humanzee. You can see this shit right now. So we need to understand, if you was on the fence about the making of the white man, watch that Jesse Ventura documentary